Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am JayLee. This is JLeesCorner. This is my review for Love at the Lockup Season 3, Episode 3. Okay? If you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a whole JayBird, JayBird, dun 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 dun, and all that goodness and stuff. Y'all ready to breathe? Okay, let's get to it. Whew. Okay, inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Okay, remember to relax, to relate, to release, okay? And to always center yourself and anyone around you, because it is a lot going on, honey, in this world and in that world and all the worlds today, tomorrow, and the next day too. Okay, you can also like this video, hit the little like button. You can also comment in the comment section. You can hit the share button to share it on your social media. That's always appreciated. You can follow me on IG and on Twitter at J_Lees_Corner. I actually was tweeting with the show today, so y'all missed some funny shit, okay, that I put on Twitter. But I digress. So we have a newcomer, okay? Tyrese and Shonda, okay? Tyrese is 49, Shonda's 28, who's up in that prison for conspiracy to distribute methamphetamines. And she did 3 years in prison, and he's an engineer, okay? He's a whole engineer. First of all, look. They just don't look like they would go together. Anyway, we're gonna leave that be. So, you know what I'm saying? He brings up how I'm a high commodity, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm an engineer, you know what I'm saying? And I'm financially secure, okay? And people think I'm a player, but I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for love. I say, but you have a very small apartment, sir. So I'm assuming maybe he's financially stable because he, you know, has small apartments. The room he was getting dressed in looked like a closet. I'm like, sir, is that how you save money? But I digress. I'm not going to talk about that man, the way he live or whatever. So he brings up how I want a woman who was loving and understanding and independent and has a nice butt. I say, well, I guess so. Now he brings up how he met Shonda on, of course, the prison dating website. Okay, I was at work one day and an app popped up on my phone saying, you know, you can date an inmate, and I got bored, and so I was searching, and then I seen Shonda, okay, and then we've been dating for 2.5 months, okay. I think it's meant to be. I say, oh, you think so? The white drug dealing felon Shonda is who pimp daddy Tyrese has not told his 3 children about just yet. Okay, I'm like, I can't believe it. Now, I said, what kind of person is Tyrese? And when I see him walk out his house in this pelly leather coat with a cigarette in his mouth, and not only that, he has this long chain, okay, hanging down his chest, okay, a whole chrome chain, okay. Do they even make chrome chains? I'm like, who still wears chains that long? What, he is stuck in the 99s and the 2000s, okay. And he then walked down to his Cadillac Escalade. I'm looking like, okay, he out here trying to be pimp daddy Longstroke. I'm like, sir, please, where's his children? Okay, someone get, you know what I'm saying, long daddy no stroke. I don't want to see it. Anyway, he goes to meet his friend, what's her name? Tangy, okay? Now, Tangy has been his friend for so long with the flip or whatever, and saying he's meeting her at a clothing store because Shonda don't have no clothes. So he's like, I'm gonna get her some clothes and whatnot. Now, Tangy, like, I don't know about who he dated. Like, I don't know the girl name or whatever. All I know is he needs some clothes for the girl. Now, you know, Tangy can't believe when he tell her, well, she's 28. You date a 28-year-old white drug dealing felon? Really? You could have anyone. Like, you can choose anyone as a single black man who's an engineer and a hot commodity, and you pick the white, you know, drug dealing felon Shonda. Okay. Anyway, if he was 28, she's 21 years, your junior. Oh, nasty, man. Anyway, Tangy feel like, you know what I'm saying, she wants you for your money. I mean, she don't want the honey, okay? Anyway, so he think Tandy is jealous because she never liked anyone he dates. If you always pick women like inmate number, 777-9311, I could see, wow, who wants inmate 777-9311? If that's who you usually pick, she shouldn't like who you date because you picking bad picks, okay? But I digress. Now, they get some clothes. To me, it would seem outdated, but he walked around in petticoats. I mean, I guess what it is. And he spends like $600. And I'm like, you got like 4 pieces. Why was it $600, $500, and like $60 for what? He should have went to Walmart. He could have went to Walmart and got her clothes and underwear and bras and socks and toothpastes and toothbrushes and all of that. You went to a store and spent $600 on 4 or 5 pieces. Walmart could have had it all for $250. Okay, but I digress. And next up, John and Christianna. Okay, now we know that John is 46, youth service professional, and she is 35, burglary 2nd degree. Okay, I mean, I like Christianna. She seems cool or whatever. And now him and her, is out the jail. He out the limo. Him saying, will you marry me? Oh my God. I'm so in shock. Oh, wow. Yes. I mean, what else could she say? She fresh out of prison. You was her ride to the halfway house. If she didn't say yes, she probably felt like he may leave me here. Let me just say yes, because me saying yes don't mean shit. Because again, I have to go to the halfway house. I got to get somewhere. Anyway, she brings up as they driving, and she thinks too that her halfway house, I dreamed about getting married in prison to John because he's so nice to me. I'm saying he's really special, and he's treated me so well, and he done pulled up here in the limo and proposed me with this nice little feathery 2% native ring. And I'm just so happy. But in my dream, I had on a white dress, and my mom was walking me down the aisle. We had mason jars placed here and there, whatever. It'd be like with a horse-drawn carriage, and he'd be in his little white suit. That's what my dream is, to get married. I say, girl, that ain't his dream. He got you in a pickup truck. Okay, but I digress. So they drinking champagne and laughing and kissing on the way, because again, she think they're driving to the halfway house or whatnot. Now, after they're driving, she's telling them, like, I can't be late to my halfway house, because if I do, they can send me back to prison. And so she don't know he's taking her to the woods to be in his pickup truck to get married. I'm like, that is how stories happen on Unsolved Mysteries. John picked her up from prison that day, and they drove down the road in a limo. He then took her to the woods to his pickup truck, and that's the last time anyone ever heard from Christianna. That's how the shit happens, okay? Believe it be now. Now they pulling up, and she see, oh, what's that? Oh, all this for me? Oh my God. I think she was the one like, what is he doing? Like, is it a parade? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. He then said, yeah, I just thought, you know what I'm saying, that since we get engaged, we should get married right now. And she was like, oh, okay. Oh, okay. She looks nervous, but I feel like she felt like, damn, can I say yes? Can I say no? What I gotta do? She brings up how she felt nervous or whatever. It was moving too fast. But she said, oh, okay. I'm like, girl, you should have said no. Okay, but again, if I say no, will he leave me in the woods and murder me? Next on Unsolved Mysteries, okay? We then see he has, 2 friends that were him or whatever. The fact that he did not tell her that they were... if he would have told her on the way there, hey, I'm thinking we should get married today, and we're going to drive to a space we can do it, to at least give her time to digest if she wants to do it. But to pull up and say, hey, right here, right now, let's do it, that's controlling as fuck, okay? He's controlling, and he's creepy, okay? I don't like it or whatever. And it shows he don't really care about her opinion, because you did not give her time to, again, make a choice. Because, again, she has to get to the halfway house, which means I don't have time to argue with you about not wanting to get married, okay? Anyway, so he got her like a dress that was too small, because again, that man don't know sizes. And then, you know, she's having to get dressed under a piece of cover in between the side door and the truck. I'm looking like, who wants? And then she's barefoot in the woods. Is she clean? Is the woods clean? What's going on? Does she have shoes? What's going on? I don't know. Now, when the lady who's helping her get dressed, like, you know, I'm going to ask you some questions. You can say yes or no. She's like, okay. But when the dress didn't fit, he says, okay, well, put your prison clothes back on. I got an idea. He then just gives her this jacket he put on with some feathers on it. I guess it's supposed to be a Native American jacket. I don't know. But again, he was controlling, because you're rushing her to hurry up and marry you in the woods in the back of a pickup truck after she got out of prison 30 minutes ago. You've known her for 3 months. But you know what I feel like, Christiana? You should have never told that man on the phone on episode 1 that you could not wait to get out and suck a dick. I mean, there are many men who dicks I would never say I want to suck. But if you tell someone I want to suck it, I mean, you should want to marry them, right? I don't want to suck no unmarried dick. Okay, I want to suck a dick that I'm married to. So, I mean, apples and oranges. Anyway. So when she can't fit the dress and she, you know, she thinks, I don't know if I can do this, you know, it's just, it moves so fast, and they part go off. Honey, don't do it. Next, Jessica and Maurice. Okay, Jessica's 33, a marketing consultant. He is 26. He's been in jail for 7 years for first-degree burglary. Okay, burglary. They're married already. You know, we know they've been married for 4 years now. But again, it's the whole time he's been in prison. So what's his first day out? Okay, first day out of prison. And he's happy. He's excited. He's on the phone with his auntie. I'm out, auntie. Yeah, I'm out. I'm in these streets. You know what? I don't even want to go check in with my parole. She's like, nephew, don't do that now. Okay, if you do that, your uncle did that, he went back to jail. So go check in like you're supposed to, so that you don't. Yeah, because I don't want to go back to jail. I'm like, I bet you don't. Okay, now he then says, I'm a free man now. I don't have to listen to anybody anymore. Maurice is going to be a problem. Okay, Maurice has been in jail since he was 17. Maurice has grown up in prison, okay? He is going to get out here and see other things that he did not know was around for the past 7 years. He's going to be loose. Look, not saying he does not appreciate his wife at all, but I feel like he looked like once he can get free, he's not going to want to be held down by a wife, okay? Even though he's like, I'm happy to be out here with my wife, I want to go home with my wife, it's because it's day 1. It's day 1. Let me know what happens on day 32. Okay? But we're going to wait to see if it's going to be a problem. Now, you know what I'm saying? They driving to, I guess, a house she rented there. Now, she lives in Vegas. And she has a house for them in Vegas. But he's paroling paroling to California, in LA. And so he has to be in LA until they can transfer his parole to Vegas. He doesn't want to do that, but she like, I'm not gonna let him fuck this up. We going there, and that's gonna be that. But they go to like a little, you know, Airbnb house first until they have to fly to Cali or whatever. Now, you know, they get to the house and he like, you know, oh wow, I gotta go to the bathroom. It's this real tissue. This like Charmin tissue. I'm like, what kind of tissue do they have in prison? I just really wonder or whatnot. But he's excited about this tissue. That's real tissue or whatever. Now he comes out, that was some nice tissue. Man, that was real nice. They sit down or whatever. And he's so like, you know, what's going on or whatever. And the camera crew, of course, is just watching him. He like, so what y'all finna do? What y'all doing? I'm looking like, why you talking to? And they're like, you don't just live your life like we not here. He don't get this dude. Whatever you're gonna do, we're gonna just film it or whatnot. And so, you know, she brings up how, you know, we have not had sex in 2 years, and I hope, or I'm kind of worried about having sex with him outside of the prison. I don't know why. A fuck is a fuck. Okay. Now she also brings up how, you know, he married her so they could have sex. Her own mouth said, well, because he said to me, well, let's get married so that we can have sex. I'm looking like, that's how I know he's going to be a problem, because he convinced this girl to marry him so they could have sex. And she then stayed married to that man and kept having sex with that man. That's why he said, I feel like he could have been using me for sex and the other girl for money. It seemed like he was. Now, he tells her how he has not had sex in, well, they haven't had sex in 2 years, but he hasn't touched himself in 2 months, saving himself for her. Okay, I guess so. Now, he just ready to bang his wife out, and they go in the room and bang it on out, and he bring up if she want babies, I'm saying I want babies with a Z, and we then hear them having sex. I mean, ass slapping. Okay, just a noises all in the I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Lindsey and Scott. Scott is 51. He is a business owner. Lindsey, 27. Possession of methamphetamine and a firearm, and she's been in jail for 4 years. I mean, some people just is a glutton for punishment, and I think Scott is one of those people or whatever. And so, Scott is on his way to get Lindsey. She's getting out in a couple hours. He stops and get them a couple steaks because she said, when I get out, I want some good food like steak. I love a good fresh steak. He's getting the steaks from a restaurant and gonna wait for her to get. I'm like, they're gonna be cold. I need to some fret, but I get he want to do whatever. Now, she's in prison, with her interviews. I have tons of plans for that, you know what I'm saying? I want to see our house. I want to get pancakes and champagne. I want to lay in bed all day and be not bothered. I want to go shopping. None of it is like, I want to see my daughter. I want to spend time with Scott. Now, they've never spent any one-on-one time together. He has never went to visit her in prison. And so, it's weird because it's a whole stranger. He goes and get a Hummer limo. I don't know why he wanted a Hummer limo. I feel like he had a pickup truck. He says he's wealthy and well off. He does good for himself. The truck just didn't look well off to me. Okay, but I digress. So he went and got the little Hummer, whatever. And he like, okay, I maybe spent like $15,000 to $25,000 on her since she's been locked up or whatever. I don't keep track. So when he's paying for the Hummer limo, his car gets declined. I say, oh. Really? Because I spent so much money on her for this, for that, for the phone, for the clothes, whatever. I've been moving money around, so I just didn't keep track of what car. I said, oh, you not wealthy or rich. You are scratching and surviving, okay? Hanging in a what? Child line! Like the rest of us, okay? Anyone who was moving money around to pay for stuff, you're not wealthy or rich. You're living like regular folk like me. You're not well off, bruh. Not if you're moving money around to pay for a limo that was like $175 an hour. I got that right now. Anyway, I'm like, is you a new Scott? Are you a new Scott? And is Lindsey a new Lizzie? I think so. Both scam and a white man, but let it be. Now, he goes and gives the man another credit card and it goes through, so that part's fine. But he then goes to the airport to wait for her to get there. But he brings up how he hasn't really talked to her to figure out anything. Like, all she talked, the last time they talked, I'm gonna fly here at this time or whatever, but she hasn't told, the day she got out, she hasn't contacted him. And I'm like, if you get out of prison and have to get from the prison to the airport, wouldn't you make at least one phone call to either him, if not him, at least your mom or your daughter? No, I don't think she getting out for real or whatever. And so a plane does fly in, and we have to wait to see if it's Lindsey on it. I don't think she's gonna be on it. QUAYLON and SHAVEL. I'm still wondering if that boy name was QUAYLON or QUAYLON, because SHAVEL and his mama was saying QUAYLON. He said QUAYLON. Has he been in prison so long he done forgot how to pronounce his name? I don't know. Okay, but they up next. Now we know that she's 31. She's a business owner. I don't know what business it is. I hope it ain't wigs. And because her wigs is something dangerous that I don't think anybody should wear. And he is 29. He has been in jail for 12 years for arms robbery. I'm like, that's a dangerous thing. So we know that SHAVEL is traveling with his mama. First of all, his mama's name is QUAYLONDRIA. Yeah, QUAYLONDRIA. QUALANDRIA. Quillandry and QUAYLON. I'm like, Jesus Christ, these names. Anyway, so of course they are kind of at odds a little bit because they're both upset because QUAYLON then told the mama, I'm gonna come live with you in Texas and Houston, but told SHAVEL, I'm gonna come stay with you in Kansas City, Missouri. So they both are like, well, he told me that, well, he told me this. I'm like, well, why y'all fussing? He need to explain. Neither one of y'all can tell each other what he gonna do, cause you just can't. But I guess so. Now they get to the hotel and everything, and the mom comes to her room to talk or whatever, and he asks his mom, okay, I am worried about my son, get into a relationship and a family type thing so quickly out of jail or whatever. I'm saying, I will fight, okay, to keep him out of prison no matter what, okay? And because the real world has just changed so much since he went to jail 12 years ago, he don't know how to deal with that just yet, and I need to protect my son. The mama is 100% correct. He went in as a kid, he's been raised in prison, and if you let him be out, it's a very good chance he could go back. But I feel like that can happen whether he's in Texas or Missouri. The difference is he would have more family support in Texas. You know what I'm saying? SHAVEL brings up, like, I don't want him to go back to jail. I want him to be, like, on the straight and narrow or whatever. But I can't speak on what's best for him as far as which state he should stay in. Mama then say, well, I thought that you and him was coming to Texas. Like, that's what I thought was going to happen or whatever. And, I feel blindsided because he didn't tell me that. Oh, the inmate that you've been dating online and through postal mail and through JPay lied to you? Ooh, you don't say. Okay? Now, the mom brings up how 12 years ago, okay, she was looking for a son, okay, because it was her birthday and he didn't come around or whatnot. She was worried about where's my son. Well, turns out, what was he doing? Robbing something, okay, and he ended up getting shot, so she found him in the hospital. But from the hospital, he then went to jail and then to prison. So it's like for the past 12 years, I have not been able to, be around my son in any normal way. And now it's 12 years later, and she wants my son to stay here where he got in trouble at. I'm looking like, well, I mean, he gonna do what he gonna want to do. So they drive to the prison. Now in the car, they laughing and joking. I can't wait to get him out. Let him out. Let him out. Let him out. Let him out. And they get there, whatever, and they just waiting outside. Look. SHAVEL needs to prepare herself for the fact of he gonna side with his mama a lot, but he gonna do that and also want her to do what he wants to do. And even though I don't think she gonna listen that tough, I also feel like eventually she gonna give in. I don't think he gonna stay in Missouri. I think he gonna take his ass back to mama in Texas, but we shall see. And last but not least, SHAWN and DESTINIE. Okay, SHAWN is 45. He's a general manager. DESTINIE is 28. She's an escapee, stolen property, possession of drugs, all kind of shit. Okay, and her most recent thing, she's been in jail for 2 years. So SHAWN has flew to California to get DESTINIE because, he was in Vegas and she is in LA. So of course he flew over there to get her. Now, he's in the hotel, okay, cooking tacos on a hot plate in the hotel, but the meat ain't seasoned, which looks nasty as hell or whatever. And then he packed the tacos in the lunch bag, but he didn't put the tacos in nothing. Like, it was like this, the hard taco shell, which is in the bag. I'm like, you didn't think to get no Ziploc bags, no lunch container, no aluminum foil, no nothing, not even a napkin? Oh, nasty ass. I'm like, ugh. Anyway, he brings up how he had spent $5,000 to bond her out. Now, I feel like she wasn't in prison. She was in county jail, okay? And there's a difference or whatever. So she just happy to be out of county jail, if you ask me. Now, he brings up how he has never seen her in person because she kept telling him, I've gained some weight. I don't want you to see me. And she only sent these pictures. Where you at? Bam. And then we see DESTINIE comes out. Bam. He did not look happy when she first walked out. Okay, let's say that. She clearly sent him old photos. And I mean like when she was younger. It looks more than just a little weight gain. It looked like she was, just younger or whatever, but I digress. Now, this is her, when she's, in her confessional. So again, it's her in the picture she sent, but again, she just sent some old photos of herself, and she said, what are you gonna do? Shoot me? I mean, not from prison. So, they hanging around at the prison or whatever, hugging and kissing, hugging. Now, she tells us how, I've been in and out of jail since the age of 13. So, for the past 11 years, I have been, consistently in jail or whatever at one point or other. She's like, the last time I got out, I cut off the ankle monitor and mailed it back to the jail people and said, fuck it. I said, oh, so she's a criminal, okay? Criminal. And she brings about, I could never stay put because I was always in these streets, drinking and drugging and partying, just living life, or what I thought was living life. But then I met Shawn, okay? And he made me feel like I mattered. He made me feel like I was uplifted or whatever. I just felt better. I'm like, well, that's nice. I'm like, is this a whole nother Brittany Marcelino? Young trouble girl who has been in and out of jail her whole life, meets an older man, who loves her, whatever, and wants to take care of her. I think so. Now, he says she does not look like her pictures, but I still think it's her, okay? And usually I date short, skinny girls, but I can make an exception for her since I feel a spark. And when she kisses me, I can tell she cares for me. I'm looking like, first of all, you can't say that you're making an exception for her. She's actually cute. She doesn't look bad here. I mean, she's a former drug addict or whatever, but he look like he does drugs too. And I'm like, you can't, bruh, I'm gonna make an exception. I'm like, she can make one for your ass, but she said how he looks older than what she thought he would look like, whatever, but he's so handsome. And then they get in the car, and he give her the tacos and she eats one. I'm looking like, girl, you was hungry. But I guess prison food is nasty anyway. So a homemade taco on a hot plate in the hotel ain't that bad. And you know what I'm saying? They ride off together. And he's like, I gotta tell her something. And I hope she don't get mad. I'm looking like, what is his secret? Because we don't know what yet. I'm like, what could it be? Are you also a felon? Are you a drug dealer? Like, what is it? What could it be? We know he's not married to that girl. What if he got married to somebody else beside the baby mama? And that's his secret, that he's actually married to another inmate. Girl, we gotta see what's gonna happen. But they ride off into the sunset eating them damn tacos. I'm like, I cannot believe it. Would not be me. Anyway, that's the whole episode, okay? Thank you for watching. I am JayLees. This is JayLeesCorner. Peace.